I still want to play my Pokemon RPGs. I still would like to have access to Pokemon ports, right?
Yeah. Oh, I have a take.
I don't know if you've thought about that at all.
Oh, this was the next thing I wanted to bring up to you. I think that there is a higher chance than people are giving credit that Red, Blue, and Yellow shows up at this thing next week.
Wow.
I think that there's a higher chance than people are giving credit. So first
how
off,
would they roll it out and why?
Yeah, so
that feels Red, Blue, and Yellow feel random.
I agree. But I think to do any more, I think you have to start somewhere on this platform, on the Switch platform, and I think it would just be weird to do more than Red, Blue, and Yellow at first. But let me tell you why I think this. So I am still a little weirded out by how early this Presents was announced.
Yeah. They're hiding something.
So I almost wonder if why would you announce it so early? And I think yeah. I just wonder if it's something big. If there's something big.
It's got to be something. So I'm gonna eliminate a couple things.
Yeah.
I think a very popular suggestion is that Pokemon Champions will be mentioned. Maybe there's a trailer, but they'll say it would feel right that Champions might be announced, or we might get substantial information at the end of the Pokemon World Championships. That's typically what they do. You and I streamed that last year. That was a lot of fun. And
that was fun. We had a good time.
They announced a lot of things, but okay, so Champions info, I don't think that's going to be the big reveal.
Right.
People are saying Generation 10. I don't think that's going to be anything. And then I'm like, none of the mobile games are interesting. They could announce a new mobile game that they're trying to push, which we did see something similar with TCG Pocket, which I think actually was the reveal at Worlds last year. That was a big thing that they were really propping up.
Do you think that they would push a new mobile game while Champions is a mobile game?
Yeah, but Champions is also it's a hybrid game, It's Champion, it's like an app.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess that makes sense how it could maybe that's a good point. It really could kind of confuse or conflict with that. And then so I'm feeling if it's not something wild that they're going to reveal during this Presents, it could be just they want all eyes on Legends EA. They're making hey, guess what? This is the big trailer. New megas, maybe this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But is that even that big to announce this 2 months ahead of time?
No.
Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, there it is. It's not big enough.
No, because
so something is hiding, something's lurking.
Would they do Coliseum and or XD NSO announcements in a Presents? Oh, 100%. I think that's a lot.
Yeah, but that's not exciting. They've already announced that.
That's just going to be a
also
moment.
There's no fan base for that.
That's meaningless to them.
That's a nothing game.
No, those
games, I played them, but
the reason that those games are on that service to begin with and not the mainline games is because they're meaningless to them. They will literally give those out for free. So that doesn't matter. I would expect that to be here. I would also expect them to say that Coliseum is just gonna be available that week or the week after or whatever. I don't think they even care about that. That seems like more Nintendo than them, to be honest with you.
100%.
So that part
of it. You're imagining Red, Blue, and Yellow. They go, guess what?
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think does it really help them? Really? Does it really make sense for them to announce Gen 10 and reveal Red, Blue, and Yellow ports in the same event in February? And that's what I'm getting hung up on. I'm getting hung up on. And I think if you are celebrating the 30th anniversary next year, well, for one, I think that people are maybe romanticizing how much is saved for the 30th anniversary. It can only be so much. Yeah, I don't think, and to be honest with you, I did a little light research today, and I looked at what happened at the 25th and what happened at the 20th anniversary, and really just based on kind of the patterns of Pokemon games that came out.
Yeah.
There wasn't new content. It was just kind of a lot of music and a lot of collaborative merch. And the biggest thing I think that happened was for the 20th anniversary, I think you can see how Sun and Moon are shaped in a through a kind of like anniversary celebratory lens.
But
And
I think that's what people are expecting for Gen 3.
I agree. I agree.
10,
yeah.
You know?
And I think that that's going to be the most impactful thing. But like, are there games that they have made that they're going to sit on to release on the 30th anniversary? No, absolutely fucking not.
I think on the 20th anniversary, they did release, I think it was Red, Blue, and Yellow.
They did for 3DS.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
okay,
but hear me out on this. Hear me out.
And then the year after, it was Gold and Silver.
Yes. So hear me out on this. GBA, Virtual Console, not a thing on 3DS. Yeah. So I think if you're celebrating the 30th anniversary next year, now Red, Blue, Yellow, February, GBA. You can get those because now you can play GBA games on Switch. Nintendo has already made the emulator. I anticipate.
I'm confused. GBA? You mean GB Gold? Wait, what's GB Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, I think.
Game Boy Advance is not on Switch.
No, yeah, no, it is. It is.
It is.
Yeah, you can play Game Boy Advance.
I played Minish Cap. Okay, okay, I'm getting confused.
No. So what I'm saying is, why would you start rolling out the Virtual Console games in February of next year at the same time as when you're teasing Gen 10 for the first time? Why would you not start that now? Because I think you've already done Red, Blue, and Yellow on 3DS, right? And if you are
it's less exciting. You're like repeating the mystery.
And I think if you're releasing these ports, you're not going to release them all at once. You're going to release them over time.
Yeah.
So why would you
also just to add to this? The thing that's always swirling in my mind is I don't even think I can appreciate these classic Pokemon games. I don't know how much I think about my nieces and nephews, how much they would appreciate Red, Blue, and Yellow. I don't really think it's that much of a great thing.
Completely
that my niece would be excited to play. She would be like, "This looks like garbage."
Completely agreed. And let me tell you something else. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. These will be games that will be available on Nintendo Switch 1. Next year, and the holiday season, Gen 10, I guarantee you, will only be available on Nintendo Switch 2. And they are because Nintendo would not want to publish those games on Switch 1, because Nintendo is going to use these Pokemon games as the holiday title to push Nintendo Switch 2 sales 100%. So, before Pokemon makes this break, fall of 2026, into the next generation, the Nintendo Switch 2, how are we going to take advantage of this Nintendo Switch 1 audience while they are still here with us? With Pokemon Champions, with Pokemon Legends ZA, we've still got them on Nintendo Switch. I think you start doing this now, because you're serving that Switch 1 audience. You still have something to play. You'll have something to play up until fall of 2026 when Generation 10 comes out. By then, you got to buy a Switch 2.
I'm locked in.
And I just think, because here's the thing,
and obviously people don't want to hear, people don't want to hear that like Switch games are like the Nintendo Switch is being forgotten about, but that's the reality. We're moving towards the Switch too. I had been hearing a lot of people say like, no, they couldn't do. I heard someone today mention that Gen 10 is going to be on the Switch 1 for convenience, and I'm like, it's not. No, like they want you to. It's a product for the new thing that you need to buy.
I don't understand Gen 10 on Switch 1 at all. I
hear this literally. I'm old enough now to remember when people said X and Y will be on the DS, right? Or like, oh, this is unfair that Let's Go is on the Switch. I don't have it, and it's just like, I mean, that's fine to feel that way, but it's kind of selfish. Not selfish, but like, I don't know. I'm like, no, there's obviously something bigger going on here.
I think you just
it's inconvenient for you, but the game is not possibly the game will suffer if it's forced. It's not a convenience thing. It's not like there's ever an option that the game could be on a lesser console. It needs the technology.
Of course. And I think you need to consider the kind of like strategy of when games are released and why. And like, why do Pokemon games come out when they do, right? And it's like, Nintendo publishes these games, and Nintendo is largely, I think, in control of when these games are coming out. And it's like, yeah, people do a lot of shopping during the holidays, But part of that is, yeah, people do a lot of shopping in the holidays, so they're more likely not just to buy a game, but to buy the console to go with it. And a lot of Pokemon players are only playing Pokemon games, as we said before. So oftentimes you do have to sell them, not just the game, a console as well. And I don't know why that's like so hard for people to. Use the games to sell the console.
Yeah, but I think it does partially come from the fact that some people just don't have the funds to purchase the thing.
Sure.
Which I can, I'm like, all right, I get it, but
cool. So, all right, what else did I have on my Pokemon review here? Oh yeah, so Red, Blue, and Yellow.
VA?
Yeah, so Red, Blue, and Yellow, I think have a chance of popping up at this sucker, and just surprising people. And
well, actually, no, hold on. Another question.
Yeah,
I actually don't like the idea of these games being scattered out on like different
it's the only
console.
Way.
You don't see there being a Pokemon app, and the reason why I bring this up, the only reason why I have a problem with it is because there's, I guess, an implication that you cannot connect that game to Pokemon Home. But I guess they could work something out.
Are you asking me? Yeah. I get what you're saying.
This is a problem that I like in my mind, the cognitive dissonance
No. This is a great conversation.
I want to be able to move the things into Home. That's the whole point of Home.
Yeah. So yeah, this is to me, this is just a different conversation, and it's how do you release these games? So I think that these games I think that these games have a better chance than people might think of being released. Now the question, how are they released? You have a few options. They just show up on Nintendo Switch Online. The kind of, I think, popular Pokemon YouTube consensus, the kind of calcified opinion, is that these games are too valuable to release as part of that service.
That's not what I'm concerned about. Again, I just want to make sure that they're connecting to Pokemon Home.
I think you could still.
You are speaking to a real argument, though.
And I think you could still release them on NSO and connect them to Pokemon Home because the save file is somewhere, and oftentimes
that's true.
People will then refer back to
That's true. You don't need to trade. It's not trading. It's literally just read data for Pokemon.
Yeah, and
that's a good point.
And you can edit the games to be compatible with these things. They literally did it for the 3DS games.
Okay.
So, but and then I think the next thing that people point to is the fact that on NSO you have access to save states, and it's like, oh, you can't. If you have save states in Pokemon, that's a big problem. They're never going to allow that. That's very easy as well. You just go in on the NSO side, and when you play that game, they disable save states. That I don't know why people think that that's an issue. It's like that's maybe the easiest problem to solve that there is. So whatever. I think that there are a lot of people that like to play Business Poindexter that are telling you that these games are simply.
I'm listening to them and I'm stressing out, Jake.
Yeah, these games are simply too powerful, too powerful. To be part of this subscription service. And the fact of the matter is that they're powerful
and they're going to sell the subscription service.
And you can slice this pie a million different ways. And somebody with way more access to data than us can say, this is how many people that are playing Pokemon currently subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. If we think that we can convert this many people into repeating subscriptions, that now is way more valuable than somebody buying a $6 Game Boy port once. Period. Nice. And I don't know why people think that is like so out of the realm of possibility of
because it hasn't done. No one has an imagination. It hasn't been done before. Therefore, it can't exist.
It's just weird. Yeah. It's like every single game that is on all of these subscription services combined is not as important as Pokemon fucking Red. Like, get a grip, dude. Like, I just don't.
Dude, I don't. Pokemon Red. I'm excited for ports, but when I'm thinking about ports, I'm thinking about ease of access and integration of gens 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into Home.
Yeah.
Into my whole ecosystem. I'm actually never thinking about Gen 1 and 2.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Never. I'm thinking about Fire Red and Leaf Green.
So I'm kind of with you, and my stealth hot take is that when Red, Blue, and Yellow do show up on Switch, nobody is gonna like them as much as they pretend to like them online. But but that's except for me, obviously, because I love those games.
Yeah, you're gonna be team of 6 Psyduck.
But what I would like from these kind of like Pokemon ports is that I actually think a Pokemon Classics app is not the worst thing in the world, because everything you do that is not releasing these games on NSO, you are now saying we have built in more value here to give these games out for free. So
yeah,
Nintendo says we are letting you play Game Boy Classics on this app. Okay, well, the thing about Pokemon Red and Blue is it's actually going to be its own product, and alongside playing the game, emulating the game, whatever it is, we're actually going to give you access to art and music and all of these little bonus features. So there's actually more. Hey, maybe there's a
concept art of the Pokemon.
What if there's a fast forward button?
Yeah, dude. That would be incredible.
And
permanent mystery gift for Mew.
That's interesting.
Because you can't even get that legally in Generation 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it out. I know how to get it. But like, right?
And I personally think it would be like really cool if I don't think that they will do this, but if there were like physical limited edition Mario anniversary kind of
they'd be on my shelf,
dude. That'd be so fun, and you could release like little like physical, the old like instruction booklet that came with like Red and Blue,
Jake.
Dude. Just like
God.
Print that shit. Just like that is like easy anniversary product. I would slurp that up. It would be incredible.
Dude, I'm trying to find you an image right now. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh yeah, this is it right here. This is crazy. Imagine just having the classic Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue art on a Switch like a Switch box.
That's nice.
Like it hits so well.
Yeah. Anyways, my plan with these re-releases of the Pokemon games is I think it'd be cool if you start now and you get Red, Blue, and Yellow out, and then maybe in like the winter you can put out Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and then by the time
the good ones,
and then by the time Pokemon Day rolls around, now you're revealing the Game Boy Advance games. I think that'd be sick as hell.
I think that's so good.
Yeah,
and it solves the problem of those older games not being as good as you remember.
Yeah,
because they do get better. Generation 3, 4, they get better.
Hell yeah, dude.
Or at least there's a perception of them being better. Actually, maybe it's not even that subjective. Whether it's not, are they good or not? It's actually, does the game appeal to the core demographic of who's going to be purchasing the Switch 2, when they're trying to push that, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, my game is Gen 2, 3, 4. Like, that's kind of the pocket I live in. So that makes sense for that to be the prime game, you know?
And then it'd be cool if
as a 31-year-old man, yeah.
There are some GBA games that I think can connect to GameCube games, and it'd be cool if they figured that out with the Switch 2 GameCube app.
Yeah, dude, Coliseum, yeah. Emerald version is Coliseum.
One of those? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Damn, that's pretty good. I need a list of all the box art.
What's your ZA hype level right now?
It's pretty low.
Yeah, pretty low.
The game's been leaked, so like the excitement for new megas is like I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm in
like there's things I'm into.
Spoiler blackout. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I know you were popping in and out of the stream earlier today.
The second somebody asked about something, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I felt bad. I was like, oh, Jake's still in here.
Maybe no, it's okay. The only one I picked up on was that I'm not even gonna say it for the sake of my chat, but there was one
yellow one.
Oh, it kind of seems like everybody thinks that's
Pikachu.
That's confirmed. Yeah, right. Pikachu.
The yellow one.
Yeah. No, yeah, there was one. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if that's confirmed but that was also one that I feel like everybody had talked about for like years prior. So I'm like, I don't
Here's
even
the
know.
thing.
Yeah.
I am ready to not believe. I'm ready for the leakers to be wrong. Yeah. I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be hilarious.
Stuff could have changed.
And they'd be like, well, we didn't say it was definitely that.
Well, yeah.
It's like, well, everyone just took it for a fact then. My hype level is pretty low. I think I am looking forward to Champions, Jake. We had a pretty good conversation earlier. That was fun. Like, I think there's a lot of potential for Champions. Not to get back into it, but like,
no, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's gonna be like I was pushing back against my co-host, being like, They were like, "This is the ultimate Pokemon game," and I was like,
I don't
impossible.
understand. I don't understand that take at all.
Impossible, because it's a Pokemon game is an RPG.
I just think that everybody is going to. We've injected so much hype into Pokemon Champions, but when it does come out, people are going to download it, and very quickly they're going to go, "Oh yeah, this is why I never got into VGC," and then never play it again.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Battles are fun.
Yeah. Listen, you know what I can't wait to do? You know what I can't wait to do in Champions? I can't wait to battle you in singles.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
Your butt.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna have Breloom with
how many times have you beaten me in Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah, but that's not my competitive format.
Oh,
dude. We gotta play Gen 5. Gen 5 on Showdown. We could do that right now.
Well, yeah, I'd still win.
I'm gonna have Gligar with Toxic Heal. I'm gonna have Conkeldurr, Drain Punch. I'm gonna have Breloom with, I think that might be also it's got Spore, dude.
I'm gonna have Swift Swim Psyduck.
That's good. Yeah. Swift Swim with
Kyogre,
Endeavor.
Kyogre does the rain.
Yep.
Psyduck,
Psyduck you could use Pelipper. You could have, it doesn't need to be Kyogre. It could be some other Pokemon.
Oh, okay, great. Pelipper does the rain.
Pelipper's pretty competitive because of Drizzle.
Love Pelipper. Yeah. No, don't even need. No, it doesn't matter. Love Pelipper.
Doesn't matter.
Psyduck gets carried in his little mouth. He jumps out.
Go! Pelipper! And then it shines.
Yeah, see, that's good. See, that's good stuff. They share a Pokeball. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a
that'll be fun. I don't know. I'm not expecting this to be real, but
I just had a brain blast.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember how I said they're going to change battles in Gen 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Something that we do in Gen 10 is that there are no 6 Pokemon battles. No, that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah.
How many Pokemon do I have?
You carry around a number. Maybe the number is still 6, but like they do in the VGC where you have to pick beforehand. So like when you go to fight the gym, you only get 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. They have 4 Pokemon. I have 4 Pokemon.
Yeah. They'll do some shit like that. I could see them doing that. I think like
that's good
because
see the possibilities for in-game battles endless. I do think there ends up being some limit. I think the limitations are only if whatever new features that you implement will affect competitive, right? Because that's fun. That works. But I also don't want to, in the beginning of every battle, have to choose how many Pokemon I can use. But that's fun. I like that. I like that. Jake, I really think scaling battles is going to be part of this.
No.
Yeah, 100%. No. I think what it's going to be is like...
Never.
I think it's going to be like, if you go to battle Gym 8 first, the difference remains.
Wait, do you think you can do gyms out of order in Gen 10?
You can do gyms out of order, but if you go back, everything scales up with how many badges you have.
I don't know.
That's the solution.
I don't know if you can do. Why can you do gyms out?
And you eat it too.
What if you can't do gyms out of order?
That's fine too. But it's gonna be an open world game.
I agree, but that doesn't mean they have to let you into the gym.
Okay, playing on the idea of we did a whole podcast on this on Hidden Power like 6 months ago.
Okay.
Theorizing about like an island hopping adventure where like pirates, you're like riding your ship, or like you build a ship essentially.
Okay.
And the gyms are on ships. I think it was something like that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you could still have an open world to explore, but the gyms are still linear. You still have to go battle the gyms in a specific order, but you can go anywhere you want in whatever order.
I just think you're gonna go up to that door, and they're gonna say, "Oh, you want to battle this gym? Where's your 4th gym badge?" No, get lost, dummy. This is the 5th gym.
No.
Yeah.
What it's gonna be is they're gonna say you need 4 gym badges, and you're gonna be like, I have these 2, and I have these 2, and they're out of order, and now I can battle you.
I think the wrinkle for me is that so much of the first open world game PR of Scarlet and Violet, I just wonder if it's like, in this game they just go, it's the same. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a forever
I think that's an improvement or like a change on that.
I think it's a take. I don't know if for now, all Pokemon games in the future are you just have this land that you can explore and you run wherever you want and do anything you want. Like that was, I think, a position of Scarlet and Violet. I don't necessarily think that has to be repeated in every Pokemon game in the future. So you can have an open world and still make elements of it linear for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
You could gate people from having access to the entire open world at the beginning of the game. So
like a lot of traditional Pokemon games are pretty linear in the beginning and then open up midway.
Yeah. And
so it could be something like that.
Most open world RPGs are not like, oh yeah, you can do anything. You can't like skip to the last, like, I don't know. Like there's still linear.
Sure, that's a good point.
So
that's a good point.
I don't know. I just like, is something that they are attached to Game Freak, the idea that you can like take on any gym in any order? I don't know.
I feel like, okay, if I know Game Freak, and I don't, but if I know Game Freak, I would think that they put out Scarlet and Violet and they're still working. They're still trying to perfect whatever that prototype was.
Right.
And so whatever we get next is going to have a lot of similar things, and they're still going to work on that until it's like what it is that they envisioned. And I imagine the difference, the marketable, change from the previous game that is in Generation 10 is going to be something more visual. That's why I kind of feel it won't be just another open landmass, but maybe something that has verticality. I think a lot of people are thinking about an ocean adventure because visually that's very different. And then side by side, these two games just are completely different in that way, even though like the core of the game is pretty similar. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't think that's how they operate.
You don't see it?
I don't think that's how they operate.
You don't?
I think the stuff that they do, that they go, this is new and different, is so blatant. It's so on the face. It's so like, you can't deny this. It's like, and they scream it at you. So
are you thinking about like the gimmicks?
I'm thinking about all of it. As somebody who like went to PR events with Pokemon and like the stuff that they yell at you about, it's like they're very focused on making them different. And I don't think like there's a lot of ocean in this one. I'm like, yeah, but I could also swim in Scarlet and Violet. Like, what do you know?
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking like what I'm imagining the actual thing that they'd be screaming about would be like, you can go to 100 different islands and every island has a new type of Pokemon and maybe they reset. And in some islands you'll find a rare Pokemon. Like, I feel like that's the kind of stuff they would be saying in the marketing.
Yeah, I kind of get that, but I also think like if I just see like, okay, so you're swimming around in an ocean, something I can do in Scarlet and Violet, and
I'm thinking about Miraidon just paddling.
Yeah, exactly. And then you come up to a land, like, oh, there's something else you can also do in Scarlet and Violet. I get what you're saying.
Sure.
I do think it's even more blatant than that, what they kind of typically go for. And I'm even suggesting like, in Scarlet and Violet, the explorable area is a rectangular landmass. It is it's ridiculous. And I understand how you can have like a very similar game and then just go, oh, look, but instead of a rectangular landmass, it's a bunch of islands and a ton of water. And that to me is like, okay, I don't see how that's immediately better. But I do think something that they could implement in this game is like, would it be so crazy if when you started out, maybe there are 3 gyms that you can go to first, and you can go to any one of those 3 first. And then maybe something in the world, you unlock the ability to, I can go into more treacherous waters. I can go further out into the sea. I can go, I've now gained access to this area of the world. Now, kind of like some of the older Pokemon games, it's like, oh, you can do this gym first, or you can do that gym first. I just think that there are ways to structure the game meaningfully without it just being open, go, do whatever you want, goodbye. I think that they did that in Scarlet and Violet, and I don't know if it's a sure thing that they'll do that again in this one.
I think
really quick,
I could see that.
like something else is that, what Scarlet and Violet, with the second you start those games, they endlessly scream at you about
the treasure hunt.
Go find your own pick your own path. There are 3 paths in this game.
That's a good point.
Go,
I guess if it's really,
go pick your own, do your own,
it
do what
is
you
in the
want to do.
DNA.
Yeah, it's like that's what the game's about. And so I just am like, I don't think they're gonna hit that bar again. I think that they made that game about that. And so I think it will be a little bit more traditional in some aspects than people expect. And I actually think that will be good because it will allow them to do like sequences. There are no sequences in Scarlet and Violet. So
which is maybe secretly why it falls flat for a lot of people.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Especially over time.
Everyone says the best part about the game is Area Zero because it's the only like
sequence.
linear part.
Yeah. So
yeah, I guess that is true. The open world game, well, Tears of the Kingdom, I was playing that recently, and I guess it's like everything's kind of open, but then like the sequences would be the shrines, or not the shrines, but the what are they called? Like the spirits, or like on the 5th. What is it called? The 5th Guardian or whatever.
The
like
truth
it's
is,
a temple.
The truth is that the way that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are built is that there is a infinitely repeating sequence in that game that's you see something, you go to it, and you build it out yourself. And there's a Vista-based, curiosity-driven gameplay loop because that game has a bunch of tools that you can use to interact with stuff in the environment. Whereas Pokemon games don't have any of those. You don't have tools like that.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
So there's a degree to which like
all of the open world games I've played, I think are what you just described.
Yes.
Like Skyrim, Fallout. I can't even think of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda. That's literally, those are the games that I've. Oblivion. This is the same thing.
If you don't have. You can have like player-driven sequences if you give your player tools, but if all you can do is like interact with the world through Pokemon battles, then like there's a degree to which
I see what you're saying.
It's and that works sometimes. It's like, okay, you see a new Pokemon, you find this Pokemon, you do that, but it's all kind of like the same 2 verbs. So it's not quite the same thing. What are like the top or like most influential open world games, or is open world not even what I think it is? Because that was like a big deal when I was in high school. So there's kind of like different schools of thought over what an open world game is and isn't, and I think like there's kind of like the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed kind of open world game, right? And and that's like a very popular kind of thing where you start off with, in Scarlet and Violet, when you open up your map, you see the entire world. You see where everything is. There's no questions. If you want to go to a gym, there are all these little icons and you go straight to them. In like an Assassin's Creed and an Ubisoft style open world, you only have a little tiny bit of the map and you have to unlock it as you go. Maybe you go up to a tower and now you've got a bigger part of the map. There are those towers in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that seem like they were placed for this purpose, but they're just not used that way. So like maybe you get up to the top of the tower and you look, and then it fills in. That would be so
rewarding if it fills in.
Yeah.
You feel like you did something.
That's kind of the idea in those kinds of games. And then
I guess part of my question is like, is open world even that big of a deal? Because I think people have asked for it, especially in my space, because we just didn't have it. And I think Pokemon feels right for that, for like open world. But maybe are you suggesting that like open world isn't even that big of a deal? Because I
think people think that open
world. It's a buzzword.
I think people think open world drives the structure of their game more than it actually does. Look at a game like Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is an open world game. You can go anywhere, but there's a story in Grand Theft Auto that is happening in time. And to move on to the next thing in the story, you have to, first I'm going to CJ's house. And now I go to CJ's house. I can't skip to the last level in Grand Theft Auto just by going to the place where it is. You have
to I see it.
Yeah, you have to progress the story. So like you still have to do things in sequence, even though the game is in an open world. And that like in Pokemon Legends
that makes
ZA,
sense. That could work with Pokemon.
Yeah, of course. So I think people have this weird idea because like maybe when they hear open world, all they're thinking is Breath of the Wild and Zelda and like which
the best of the best.
Yeah, or maybe they don't have the experience of having actually played a lot of open world games.
Yeah, I think I'm in that camp. Yeah,
which is fine, but like it does not control the structure of your game as much as people maybe think it does. That's only the case because I think Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were trying to make a Breath of the Wild like open world game, to be honest. So
I think the desire for open world is to like multiply opportunity or like create more variables when it comes to like team building, right? Like that's what I enjoy in a Pokemon game. So when I think of an open world Pokemon game, I'm like, shit, there's not just 30 Pokemon I can get in the beginning of the game. There's potentially, hundreds of Pokemon I can get in the beginning of the game to join my team, right? That's exciting.
What if?
But that can just exist. Yeah, I'm loving what you're saying. It can exist separate from the actual event of the game.
Oh my god, 100%. It's like Team Plasma is over at
If you want to do that, go do that. Otherwise, you can
the open world, nothing's happening. Nothing else is happening in the open world. You have to go do that first. All right, I'm about to blow everyone's minds listening to this. So take a second, everyone. Before you respond to this, take a second and really think about it. What if Pokemon did not have levels?
Whoa. So you're saying I'm imagining a game where you have to actually get good as a gamer. There's a skill to Pokemon. I'm imagining what would the drive be? The drive of the game, like what would the purpose be then? Because I think there's this inherent with the level up system. You catch, you battle, you train, you get stronger. That's kind of like the loop, which allows you to unlock more stuff. But if there's no level up, then you catch, I'm looking at a JPEG of Tepig. You catch your Tepig, you get really good at using Tepig. And the way your skill with Tepig can help you unlock new areas of the map or the game of the world. I'm thinking about like if I'm playing, I've never even played Skate, like a skate game. But I'm imagining, I think the new one's like open world. If you're really good at skating, you go off a jump, you can get to like a new level or something, a new area of the city. I don't even know if that's how it works, but that could be kind of fun.
All right, I'm reading.
You want me to dig deeper?
I really want people to consider this. So, no level increases. Yeah. So I'm just trying to say, like, what if stats are what they are? Like every Pokemon,
whatever Pokemon, would be at like level 100, that's just what it is.
No more leveling.
That's every Pokemon.
No more leveling up. Doesn't exist. And instead, it's like, okay, fun. so imagine this. Right now, how do you unlock Flamethrower? You unlock Flamethrower by getting to level 38. Okay.
Yeah.
How do I get Flamethrower now? Now, you get Flamethrower by using Ember 50 times by training. Okay. That's how you get Flamethrower. And now but that Pokemon's stats are always the same. And now, so imagine how much power Ember does. That's just what Ember does. If you want the stronger move, if you want to do more damage, you have to actually earn the move that does more damage. Yeah.
And you do kind of see, so like I'm thinking about this, there's no level up. So as you battle other Pokemon in real time, you could still accumulate EVs, right? Which, it's, because that's the reward for using your Pokemon rather than just catching something random. Like that's a representation of like how much you're literally training your Pokemon.
I like this idea. No, I like this idea. So you still get, I like the idea of you still, okay. So let's say, I like this. You just sparked something in me. Okay. So
let's go.
Okay. Every Pokemon starts out as this kind of, there are stats, this kind of blank canvas, and what you do with them will influence, you get to sculpt them into unique fighters. So imagine this, you have a Pikachu, and you decide you want to make your Pikachu have a higher speed stat. If you use quick attack a lot, you will earn
agility. You use agility, you use double team.
These will build, they sculpt this Pokemon out. If you take a lot of hits before you go heal up, you can increase your HP, you can increase your defense. You can, there are different ways.
That's fun.
Same species, different play style. That's how you player expression in what your Pokemon ends up becoming.
Nice.
you could make a Charizard that is a tank by
Yeah.
training him and using specific moves and playing with him in that way.
And would this be capped? Like, could Charizard literally? I think something that I like about the anime is they always will pick certain Pokemon and give them powers that like you just can't get that in the game, right? Like you'll even see a Pokemon that's like maybe it is especially like I don't know. You'll imagine like a Pikachu and it'll literally have biceps.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, okay, well, what's the story behind this, right?
Yeah,
maybe
I like that.
I'm imagining a gameplay where you can actually. Like these Pokemon are unleashed, right? You can achieve really anything you want.
Wait, I have to respond to this in the chat. I always think that.
What's happening?
I always think this is so funny. So uninformed pleb says, yes, the Odin Sphere system. It sounds great on paper, but it's tedious as hell. What do you think playing the game is? I never understand this criticism because I'm like, guys, no. If the gameplay is tedious, then you have a different complaint.
Yeah, like, tedious would be
you're
the only
playing
tedious.
The game. I don't. Yeah.
Having to go into your bag every time you want to use repel for 50 steps. That's tedious.
Yeah.
Right.
No. It's
doing the action of the game. Like, man, I can't believe I have to play the game right now.
What is
not
more
tedious?
What is more tedious than spending money on a bunch of vitamins, feeding them to your Pokemon? You know, like what is this? Like, just go play Pokemon Champions. Go do the simulator if that's what you want to do.
Sure,
like, I'm talking about a video game, and I think that like once you. I'm talking about a thing you play with, okay?
Yeah.
And I think like some of the levels and some of the stat stuff is just like a little arbitrary right now. And the idea of like
it's also invisible and
it's so invisible. It's not dramatic. And I love the idea of think about like every evolution, man. You have an Eevee, and if Eevee survives 25 battles during nighttime, Umbreon.
Nice.
Now you have an Eevee. If you teach your Eevee 3 water type moves, Vaporeon.
If
you teach, like, you know what I mean? You can do some shit here where it's all the same but different, and I think it's meaningful and interesting again. And
they can give you some like visual cues, so it's like when you use a fire type move, all of a sudden your Eevee glows a little red.
Yeah.
And then once you hit 10 fire type moves, it's like a darker, more obvious red. Kind of like incentivizing you to keep doing that. I'm curious. What if I keep doing that? Wow, I just got a new evolution.
Yeah.
This is a reward specifically for me.
Yeah. And I think like going up to, because you know what sucks, man? It's like going up to a battle with any trainer, any gym, whatever, and just kind of seeing what levels their Pokemon are at, and then pretty much knowing if you're gonna win or not. And I think we could just eliminate this entirely. And now it just becomes more about the choices, and it's about playing smarter rather than playing harder. So,
I think this. You have a great essay about this.
Ugh,
you do
already, or I need to write.
You do. No, you've already written the essay. You've published the essay about games being hard.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
it's true.
It's about the difficulty is in learning. Like a puzzle isn't difficult. It's just you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, difficulty would be
Man, you know what would be a really cool thing for a Pokemon game to do? I think that like so I think like the player expression, making choices, is like really core to what Pokemon is, right?
Yeah.
And it would be so cool if this is insane. This is psycho. Nobody would ever do this. Imagine you have a rival in every Pokemon game, right? If I'm directing a Pokemon game, I'm gonna say this. Okay. Everything in these games is about player expression, your choices, they become your power, whatever. I'm gonna design the rival in the game so that it is adapting to whatever you are doing when you play. So if you
which is a thread to Generation 1 with Gary.
If you're playing this game and you have, for some reason, you're spamming electric moves the whole time, I'm going to make, when your rival shows up, he brings ground type Pokemon.
Oh, Jake, that is so good.
That'd be so sick.
So in yellow version, maybe also in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I'm not really sure, but in yellow version, if you choose, what is it? I think it's like if you beat what is it? I think if you lose to your rival, he'll evolve his Eevee into Vaporeon, which is like weaker to your starter Pokemon Pikachu. I think maybe if you beat him, then it's Jolteon, so it's like you're weak, or it's resistant to Pikachu. It works like that.
Yeah. And it's you just like taking it a step further and having it be something that is like really unique
That's such
to
a good
your
idea.
playthrough. Yeah. And like they could, I swear to God that I don't think that's the hardest thing for them to cook up.
I'm totally on board. And I also think what you're describing could also be applied to gyms where like, if you're at a certain point in strength in your playthrough, like, and you go to fight a gym, they level up. So you actually have a challenge. I don't know. Level scaling is kind of what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm becoming very attached to this no levels idea now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, imagine this. You pull up your Pokemon. You have a Pokemon on your team, and I don't know
for listeners, it's like what we've seen from Legends ZA, where like you're literally using your Pokemon to dodge in battle. There's still levels there in that specific game, but remove the levels, you're capped out, and you can only rely on your skills.
Yeah, and to me, it's just about like, why are the levels so responsible for so much of your Pokemon? And like, dude,
it's a way to scale in the game, though.
Yeah, I just think it's a little old fashioned. I think it's a little like,
No, I guess that makes sense. No, well, there's
something about it that I think is a little like it's almost like too easy, and I think it flattens a lot of the progression and choices that you could make in terms of your which I think is part of the design. But I'm just imagining this. Like you pick up a Psyduck, and it's like, what level is this Psyduck? No, there is no level. But when you go to that in your party, you go to a little menu for that Psyduck. There's a skill tree, and you find that this Psyduck has a few more nodes filled out. It's a higher level.
Ooh, no, I like that. So it is a level. The Psyduck is a higher level,
but it's completely invisible, and it has nothing to do with power. It just has to do with how like much experience does this Pokemon have battling.
You're saying that shouldn't be in the game, or that is your vision?
That sounds
like EVs.
Okay, so when I say skill tree, do you know what I mean by that? Like in terms of video games?
I literally imagine the skill tree in Skyrim. Where
exactly. So like,
and then I'm gonna get rewarded if I keep going down that one branch.
So imagine it's like the beginning of the game, and I find a Psyduck, and on his skill tree, all he has is he's got Scratch, and he's got Bubble.
Jake, you're gonna love Oraz, because there is a feature in that game where if you do one specific thing, which is you can do in any route, and you keep finding that same Pokemon, you'll find new Pokemon that have a specific egg move.
That's cool.
So you can find early in the game, like a Poochyena, a raring a Poochyena would be something with like Fire Fang or something.
Right. I like
which is kind of what you're describing.
So
I know that's the Pokemon version of what I think, kind of what you're describing.
So like right now, if I
hidden ability,
if I play a Pokemon game right now, I go into a little beginning area and I find a Psyduck that's at level 6, and then in a later area, I find a Psyduck that's level 24. And you know that the level 24 Psyduck is stronger because he's level 24. So instead, what I want is I catch a Psyduck. It has no level attached to it. But all it knows is Scratch and Water Gun.
No, I think you're removing. I totally see it. Like levels are kind of arbitrary.
They're arbitrary.
Like if you remove them, they still, because the reason why later in the game you find a level 24 Psyduck is because your Pokemon are up to level 24. But if you just remove levels altogether,
them.
It's almost like a distraction from the actual meat of the game.
How do you go up to a Pokemon that you have never seen before and know what level it is? How? In the world of Pokemon, how do you know that that's a level 34 Pikachu? How do you know?
That's like
What does that mean?
I'm thinking about like the game theory videos where they're like, yeah. So something I was thinking about was that like I'm sure. So I'm gonna think about Tears of the Kingdom, right? There's no levels, but you level up through your weapons and you level up through your armor, right? And I think in a Pokemon game, your Pokemon are the armor. Your Pokemon are the weapons.
Yep.
So I think, I don't know, like even in a game like Zelda, where there is no level system, and there is this, like, when I pick that game up, and I haven't played it in 2 years, I have to like learn the controls again. But I can still lean on the level system that is there. And I guess I'm thinking about, like, I'm pretty sure Assassin's Creed has a similar thing where you upgrade your weapons. Or I'm pretty sure GTA has a similar thing.
This completely works. I like this.
Okay.
I think, because this to me is exactly what oh,
Sarah's there?
Oh, Sarah's, oh no, I messed up.
Sarah, are you late for something?
You're free to go. My apologies. Have you already gone?
No. Did you think it was the 5?
Yeah.
Let's shut it down.
Okay.
Shut it down.
We're good. Like,
she went
10
to
minutes?
the farmer's market without you?
10 minutes. We're good. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on a walk and get my steps.
Yeah, I gotta go for a jog. I was gonna go 3 hours ago.
But like, okay, so I liked what you brought up with the Pokemon are your weapons, and in like Zelda, the weapons have a number attached to them that tells you how strong
they do.
are.
Yes, exactly.
And so what I'm envisioning is this:
you can power them up.
It's not that the Pokemon have a number attached to them; it's that their moves do. So you have a Psyduck, and Ember has 10. Ember has or Water Gun has 10 power, and now instead of getting the stronger move by leveling up, yes, the game is balanced around how long you would have to use the Pokemon. Yeah.
It basically ties the power that it is default within, or like the power that you unlock through a higher level. It's redistributing that to the thing that actually matters, which is your experience with that Pokemon.
Yes.
It's kind of like it's removing any sort of distraction.
No, yeah, 100%.
Because I always think it's weird if I catch a Pokemon at level 50, if I catch that level 50 Psyduck, I'm like, why is this as powerful as anything else? You know?
I don't like levels.
I should. No, I get that. It's like I want to be rewarded with the Pokemon. It's like the starter thing. That's so great.
Because yes, and when you find a level 50 Pokemon in the wild, it does not have tons of experience. It has no experience.
No.
And that's why, you see what I'm saying, man? It's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for like the
It's just as, you're totally right. It's just as wild as anything in the Route 1. Yeah. And that's cool.
And training something is not just accumulating experience points. It's it's using moves. It's practicing. It's
So I had this thought. I woke up this morning and I drafted it. Let me see if it's still there. I drafted a tweet and I didn't know how to perfectly say it, but I thought this was really cool. And it also kind of was a callback to our kind of what we learned during the book club. So I'm going to read you the draft. It's not finished.
And really quick, before you say this, just an idea.
This is on topic.
Oh, okay. And just an idea with how to tie this into the gameplay with using moves is how you train.
Yeah.
Imagine, you know how you have like camp in Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah.
Imagine something you can do in this game is you set up a little camp and you have your Pokemon spar against each other and they use moves against you. And then, so now you're training together and using the moves.
Yeah, that's really cool. You're practicing, you're scrimmaging.
That'd be sick. Okay, anyways,
that's fun.
Tell me your draft.
No, that's super fun. Yeah. No, this is totally tied in. The point, like Pokemon experience is literally experience. It's not a number. It's not math.
Yes.
It is as real as any experience that you or I have in our everyday life. When you do new things, when you challenge yourself, right? You learn.
Yes, 100%.
Your brain opens up when you do things that you've never done before.
Yes.
When you maybe meet a new friend, you gain a new perspective. Trait evolution Pokemon indicate that starting a new journey with another trainer, and I didn't know how to end that, is like the most powerful experience of all. And that's why those trait evolution Pokemon evolve, right? Because they're literally gaining the most experience they could ever get, which is to start a new journey, to learn a new perspective. Isn't that cool?
That is a dude.
I gotta perfect that, but I felt so good about that. I was like, that's what it is. That's what a trait evolution is. It's the bond between friends,
Damn,
which is totally in line. Which is
legit.
totally in line with like Mega
legit
Evolution or any other evolution. Isn't that good? I think we can end it here. That was good.
I'm just now. I'm like really trying to. I'm like, think about all the different evolutionary methods, right? Yeah,
It's like the usually it's a Pokemon exposed to something new, and usually it's like an artifact or like an object or like a rock or stone. But the evolution, like I don't know, trade evolution is. I think we fixate on like the cable. And like
okay,
the
you know what I like about
it, but it's not that. It's literally you're being exposed to a new trainer, a new person,
I love
a new life.
No, you're 100% right. Okay, a couple of things happening there. One,
Okay.
Pokemon all about making choices, right? And I think the biggest choices are the ones that have consequences. And the choice to literally give up a Pokemon to say goodbye to it
dude.
Is such a powerful choice.
I love you. I'm proud of you,
dude.
Whatever the last line was.
Yeah, no. It's
Superman.
Like, that's like really cool. It's there's something really strong about that. And I think like
this is the DNA of Pokemon since Generation 1.
Having seen something new, having walked in another's footsteps is powerful. You have a different perspective, and that literally makes you stronger. Having had a different perspective in your life and now being on this journey with somebody else.
That's so cool.
That is like you grow faster because your world is wider. You have seen more of the world. That is so sick.
Every other Pokemon has just done one thing. This one now has seen 2 lives. It's double the strength. And that's why those trait evolutions are so powerful. Alakazam, Gengar, unmatched. Machamp.
You didn't just catch this Pokemon. You shared it.
Wow. That's the tagline. Dude, got to trade them all.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, that was fun.
This is good.
All right.
I'm going to work this into like every theory going forward. I think it's so good.
Somebody in the chat said it. I think it was Charon. They were like, yeah, here you go. Dusty, please bring up remove levels on the podcast. I want to see the silliness that unfolds as people
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Here's an idea. Jake, is this VOD gonna be? Can I download this?
Yeah, you can have this. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I want to upload some clips. This is
yeah. There's
fun.
a lot of good clips in here.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for bringing me on.
Remember
main,
the champions
dude.
all the way from the beginning?
I know I gotta get that up, but this one's good.
This one's good. Yeah.
No levels.
Remove levels.